A little bit before breakfast. Just got up a little bit ago. I was pooped. I came home and fell asleep. I haven't been to a rock concert in a while since that last time I went to see Marilyn Manson in July. We don't get to see rock concerts like we did in the past, but we used to go all the time. I'm still going to upload some of my other older videos because I found the hard drive. I'll try to put a lot of those over on my hobbies and karaoke channel. And I got to move my karaoke from yesterday before I left over to my hobbies and karaoke channel. There we go. We got a picture now. It won't be on long. Probably. Till breakfast gets ready. Had a good time though. You want to go on about happy spots? Mine is concerts. And that place has a very nice handicap place similar to Tabernacle. I've told you it has a good place. Nice place. They had another place before. I'm not sure. I think that's the first time we've been to that location. Pretty nice place. Pretty nice. Big floor space. And this handicap you can't be. Of course, I think that other place too has the bathrooms near it. I won't even need the cane. Probably. If I can walk to the bathrooms without stumbling. I kind of lose my balance. Because I have to have a granny cart to get to the venues. Of course, they got chairs, so I'm going to take my granny cart anyway. Because my granny cart was comfortable. I got the chair at first. And a few minutes later, I said, I'm getting back in the granny cart. Granny cart was comfortable. Them chairs are pretty solid, though. They're solid chairs. It's just it was hard on my hip thing. Those muscle areas that... in my granny cart, I can lean back in my back. It's got a big rounded back on it. I can lean back in that thing. It don't really have a back. It's kind of open, but it's got like a bar across it. But it gave me a lean space if I needed to lean. So, I got moved out. I noticed that my Get Stone video was better than the rest of them. I moved, but I accidentally... My wheel don't lock good anymore. I wore the wheel out. It kind of moved. I never could get it back right. But anyways, it was good to see my band again. Hinder, Marilyn Manson, Skid Row. Those were the main ones that we would go see. Now, we've seen GNR 4 times. Metallica 1 time. I believe Megadeth 4 times. Good Days as well. Because, Megadeth and Guns N' Roses were the bands I grew up with in Skid Row. It was usually Skid Row, Marilyn Manson, and Hinder that we would see the most. And there's several other bands in that. Buck Cherry. Can't forget about Buck Cherry. And I'll tell you, that has been the first time that I've actually... I really, really didn't even struggle that night. I want to tell you, right where we parked. We walked all the way around it at first. Because we didn't know where to go, and we got there, and there's nothing but steps, and we started looking around. Finally, we seen the ramp. And you'll never guess the parking spot that we parked in front of. Right where the ramp was at. God couldn't have mapped it out better than that. God couldn't have, I was praying the whole time. I want to tell you something weird. Now, the concert people didn't know this. I was sitting there literally praying to Jesus. Let this night go well, Lord. And guess what starts playing? Creed. I kid you not. God to send, I'm hearing you, son. They didn't know I was praying. I was sitting there in my brain. I said, Lord, I'm already enjoying it. The show hadn't started yet. It's a few minutes to the show. And that, ba-bum, 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 ba. Can you take me higher? Rodney Howard Brown used to play that one a lot. Rodney and Jesus' spirit was with me last night. Because I'm telling you, I was sitting there praying. Because I was wanting to enjoy. God, I'm enjoying this right now. I'm enjoying the feeling I've got. Let this night go well, Lord. And it did. It went well. It went extremely well. Even the guy at the radio station kept going on about how good it was. It was a full packed house. I mean, I was trying to film the crowd in several. I got some more videos. Y'all remember my sing along videos I did with Marilyn Manson? I didn't do them as long with these. I did like little small clips. But I got some of those as well. And I don't know if my voice is picking up. Because I tell you, I can't hardly hear my voice on that tape. Now, it may have been because I could hear me say, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And then I heard one of my, fuck that. You know, I've always told y'all to tell. When the How Long come up, I would sit and wait on it when I was young. And Austin Winkler, I mean, I'm going to tell you, this Marshall, he's pretty good. I mean, listen how good he sings. If you go check my videos out. Listen how good he sings. He's a very well singer. But now Austin Winkler used to give a feeling to that. Fuck that. When he get up here and go, with one finger, she says she wants to be friends. And he go, fuck that. After that. Well, I did it last. Even though he wasn't there, I did it. And you can hear it on the tape. He go, fuck that. Well, I did it. There's only one Austin Winkler. Nobody else can get that energy that he gave that. But I want to tell you now, Marshall, he's a very good, and I was hearing him clear last night. I mean, I can hear him. That's the first time I've probably been really that close to Hinder. We might have been one time before, and I couldn't hear that well that night. And I don't know, the equipment wasn't exactly, but that's the first time I've actually been that close. Because normally I was close to Hinder. In the old days, that's about where we was at. Stage level. I could actually hear this dude for the first time in a whole decade. I actually heard him well. Let me go over to the casino. This bitch is trying to hit my orange car. These bitches. These NPC bitches. Trying to destroy my beauty. Of course, I guess Christine gets what she deserves. Because, boy, she's destroyed a lot of NPCs. She's even ruined a lot of them's life. She's either put them in the hospital or even killed them. With her damn vehicles. Christine probably gets exactly what she deserves. I mean, I could hear how good he was singing. Especially on my, and I've never had an iPhone before to record with. I was actually thinking it wouldn't record. I brought a little junky, cheap camera. Just in case I didn't. I'm going to pull it up and see what it sounds like. Because I did record one song for it, but I thought, maybe we'll try the iPhone. And hopefully don't run out. If it does, I'll get it up. We got 10 hours left. We can't do the kind. We can't do the casino. Is that our orange car out there? Nah, is it already back in the garage? What did she pop, man? Is that it? That's it, ain't it? Yeah, that's it. That's her view. I could actually hear him. He sings really well. He's been there for over a decade now. He come in 13 and 14. I think he did 12, a little bit of 12. And they hired some other singers, and then they come back to him. He was with them, though. I mean, he was in the crew and stuff. I mean, he would help them write songs and stuff even before he was singing. So I finally heard him really well. I got to know Austin really well because we would see him closer. We had our fallaway shows. Like when we seen him with Motley Crue. Boy, that was the furthest I was ever from Hinder. And the Memphis and Mud. Memphis and Mud's a big thing, y'all. That's when I tell y'all, we passed Snoop Dogg. I've never seen Snoop Dogg, but I heard him live. I was looking for him, though. I think I seen him on the big screen. I'm telling you, it was late. And he was already well in this show, but my sister hadn't have been sick. I'd have pulled in there and seen Snoop Dogg. We had to leave that day. She had some kind of sick spell. We had to go. I'm telling you, I would have stopped to see Snoop Dogg. I would have been late. I'd have been late to the party, but I would have saw however many songs left he had. Because I'm telling you, Snoop Dogg, man. I've always loved Snoop. Indeed, it's my 30th anniversary since I was booming that guy. Him and Dre. Dre and Snoop. We don't need the casino. I'm probably going to have to get off here as I'm starting to smell the bacon. And usually when I smell the bacon, it's almost ready. I probably won't even get a few minutes to do anything. I better not get to do anything extravagant. We'll explore. And then I'll come back, try to come back after the afternoon, and I should be able to do it. I mean, I slept all night. Up all night, sleep all day. But I slept all night. Up all night. Oh, it's a kitty. Is that kitty? It's a kitty. It's a little kitty. Yeah, kitty, I wish I could take you home. I wish they'd let us have pets in this game. Look at the little gray kitty. I love cats. I'm a fan of... People says they're evil. They're not evil. I hear they ward away evil. I hear they've sort of got things within their souls. I mean, Jesus was the Lion of Judah. Why would cats be evil? You know, he's a lion. That's why they attack cats, y'all. Because Jesus is a cat. Jesus is a lion. I'm a Leo. I'm not a big lion. I mean, I don't brag to be no big anything. I ain't nothing. But I am a Leo. I love cats, man. And black cats are not evil. Some of the sweetest cats are black. We've had several of them. We had one that knocked its eye out. And we saved it. I loved that cat. It was a worn-eye cat. Its hair, y'all should have seen it when we had it fixed. It just sealed up around its eye, and it was just beautiful hair. Just where it's, I mean, it just solid black. You couldn't even tell. The only thing you didn't see an eye there. We had her. We took her and had. I believe she was a she. I'll have to ask my mom. I can't remember if it was he or she. Oh, years ago. Years ago. Beautiful cat. This is a beautiful cat. It was beautiful even after it lost its eye. We had to take it to the hospital and have it because it knocked it and it swelled up, got all gooky, and it got infected. And they were treating it at first, and then it wouldn't. It basically busted. The eye busted open, so they had to remove its eye. That cat was the sweetest cat. We've had several black cats. A lot of them were. People says, black cat evil. I even get arguments with them sometimes. If they're friends, I'll be nice, but they're not evil, man. They're sweet. They're sweet. Sweet. Jesus was a lion. He's the Lion of Judah, Holmes. God made the cat, y'all. And they can actually ward off evil spirits. That's something most people don't know. They sense them too. I'm going to tell you. People talk about the dog sensitivity to. Just watch a cat. You can always. They're protective of you. Cats are not evil. Like I said, Jesus is the Lion of Judah. And black ones, they're just as sweet as the rest of them. That's superstition. You know, I used to have this favorite song. I wasn't superstitious, by the way. But unfortunately, it didn't do me too well. Because I'm telling you, I had to second guess myself. I had this thing, I'm going to tell you, and it was really around that time. You remember I tell you I had a leg injury? You know what I was doing? I was tempting fate that whole year before. I wasn't superstitious. If I seen a ladder, I went under it. If I seen... I broke in mirror several times. I didn't mean to. One of the places I broke the mirror. You'll never guess it. The place where Dimebag Darrell died. I had brought my mirror in there. And I had it in my wheelchair. It was in the back of the wheelchair. I'd keep it there. Because my hair was always such a fucking mess back then, so it was big and fluffy. And I would fix it. I'd fix it back in my hat. So I'd wear the hat back then. And I'd have to fix that shit in the hat because my head was big, you know. So I'd carry the mirror. Well, I kid you not. I get it out and start fixing because I was there early. The guy that owned it let us in. We got to see the sound checks and everything. Here he was. He come in and said, y'all know it is hours to the show. And Mama said, well, we don't have nowhere to go. We had a motel and we had to check out. So what is that? He said, well, I don't want y'all standing out on the street. Give me just a moment. This is the guy that ran the Rosa Villa. He said, I don't want y'all standing out on the street because it's going to be about 7 hours away or so. So he goes and talks to the band. He says, they said you could come in. So come on in because we knew we would. Kopech loved us. Like I said, that's the day my daddy and the drummer, that guy left after that, though, by the way. Even after Kopech was around, when he went home, After he sat and he had that long conversation with my father, he talked with me for a few minutes. He talked to my father more than me. Because I'm kind of not a sociable person. Now, if you get me started, I might not shut up all night. But I'm kind of quiet. I kind of sat in my corner. I sat and listened to him and them talk. I enjoyed it, though. And then finally they got ready to go on this. They were up there sitting down the stage. He was just taking a break, you know. He was drinking. I believe he was taking. I forgot what he had. It wasn't like it wasn't one of those like beverages like you thinking. It was just a regular. I can't remember what he was drinking. I don't know if it was orange juice or it was just a regular drink, unless he had something poured in it. He could have had something poured in it. I didn't think he was though. He had a conversation that they was talking Grand Ole Opry and country music, and they was talking about they like that stuff back home, you know. And he said, well, my parents, we like that. My parents said too. He was enjoying talking to my father. I miss Kopech, man. Kopech was one of our bands we'd go. We seen them on. I learned them through Hinder. Hinder had put out a song on the Saw 4 soundtrack. And I had added them to Rock and Roll 100. You know, I was talking about Rock and Roll 100 yesterday. When I had the Live 365 station. And I got the soundtrack because Hinder's album was forthcoming then. It hadn't come out yet. They were going to put out a new track on there. So I got the soundtrack, and I know the song goes bom 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 bom. Love is dead. Bom 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 bom. Love is dead. They're from Ireland. You want to talk about racism? And people say, oh, they're not black, so it's not racism. No, it wasn't. Well, let's put it this way. It's xenophobic. You know, they like to go on about xenophobia. For one time, I was actually one of those woke-ass bitches. I was in Nashville, Tennessee. I found the pizza parlor. You know, what about that? Just running right into it. You know, all that time I would try to look for it. Yeah, run right into the fucker. You know, I would literally search hours looking for that thing. But we were in Nashville, Tennessee. Go back home, you immigrants! Go back home! Now, I was getting the woke. I was feeling the woke because I'd seen them I don't know how many times. We even went to see them on their own shows. We'd seen them with Hinder. That was the first time. Well, it wasn't because we see Buck Cherry, and even we seen Buck Cherry after doing it. But Buck Cherry was an established band. I mean, I'd heard of them in the 90s there at the end. You know, they were there at the end with that first album. One of my favorites off that sport from the movies. The one about cocaine. That album. That's from the late 90s. But we seen Buck Cherry with Hinder, and we sparsed off and started going and seeing them. We even seen Josh Tide one time by himself, and he did that song about the erotic city. Erotic city. That's how I learned he did it. I found it on his album later on, but he had done that live. Erotic City. It's a very filthy song from Prince. A filthy song. One of Prince's filthy. He's got several filthy songs. He's got several filthy songs. That's one of his filthy ones. Erotic City. But anyway, we actually went to see. Boy, she looks evil. I basically did good. Never noticed how evil she looks. That's the original Christine there. That other one's an offshoot. And I couldn't remember who her parents was, so I had to just fucking guess. I'm telling you, that right there, she looks evil, man. Look at that evil face. I never knew how evil Christine was. That's the original Christine there. Look at that bitch. You call me a crazy bitch. That's an evil bitch, man. Boy, you wouldn't want to be her boyfriend. You wouldn't want to be that girl's boyfriend. She'd be the one that you'd have to watch. If you pissed her off, you wouldn't want to turn your back. You wouldn't want to go to sleep around her. She would kill you, baby. She's evil. I never noticed how evil she was that focused it on her face. Christine is evil, man. She's just a fake imaginary character, thank God. Thank God she's imaginary. I just think there's crazy bitches out there just like her. Hey, you crazy bitch, but you fuck so good I'm on top of it when I dream. Doing you all night. Scratches on down your back. Keep it right on. La-dee-dee, la-dee-da. La-dee-dee, la-dee-da. I'm probably going to get off here in a minute. I'll be back after noon. I'll be back here in a little bit. I'm smelling the breakfast. Hey, boo. Boy, I'm in a good mood this morning. I ain't been to a rock show in a long time. Rock and roll's my life, y'all. Y'all know I wanted to do it. I get alive. They got this new song, Bring Me Back Alive, Hinder. I don't think I taped that one. Did I not tape? I don't think I taped it. I should have. It was one of their brand new songs. I was wanting to sort of experience. There was a time where I would just tape everything and wouldn't experience the show. I don't do that anymore. I do a little bit of both. I pick songs like I like to record. I did that with Marilyn Manson this past time. And then I wanted to experience the show. I kind of do a little bit of both. Now, in the old days, I just film everything I'd film. It was too, and then when those days were over, I kind of got a little, I got to admit, you know, I tell you I'm not depressed much anymore, but I did feel let down when I didn't get the, since 2020, I kind of feel let down. Because we don't see as many concerts as we used to. They're higher priced. You can't afford them. You'd have to take out a loan to go to most of them. And we don't see concerts. Now, you could go see them old cover bands. That don't give you the same feeling. I'm going to tell you, there's people that live their lives just going to see the cover bands. They don't go see the big ones. It's different when you see the actual singer. I mean, when you see the actual singers of the songs, and I know bands change, and they do get new singers eventually, and it happens quite a lot today. These bands shift around and get new singers. But at least you still see some of the players. I mean, you got some of the players on there. Bands change, of course, and I know that's an understandable thing. But I'm going to tell you, they still have the techs and stuff. You know, that's what makes the sound. That's what and people thinks it's just the band. These people, they're crazy. It takes it all, y'all. There's a tech guy that tunes Slash's guitar. There's a tech guy that tunes Dave Mustaine. Dave Mustaine was even telling in a podcast not too long ago about how when he played one of them shows, he didn't have his guy. And some of the fans were actually commenting. They said, well, we all thought he did pretty good. He didn't, because he was panicking that night because he didn't have his people. You know, there's some people in the back that are just as important as the main players. These people that get into this worship, they worship them like gods. But at the same time, the production is the production. And that they've got a team of productors that makes that production. So you don't get that with the cover band. You don't get that at the karaoke bar. And people throw stuff on me. Well, you got to remember, I'm not Austin Winkler. I'm not Axl Rose. I'm not even Kurt Cobain. I'm Anthony Phillips Stone singing those songs in a karaoke bar. Now, I do appreciate, I should really appreciate the negativity, too. Because it's probably not really it's probably not from an honest point of view. Because it's funny, you'll walk in there and you'll have just random people walk up to you. You're good. Please come back. Etc. And then you'll get with all the haters. And they're throwing shade at you. And I'm telling you, I've had kids and grown-ups and old people and young people walk up to me and treat me like some kind of rock star or something. Just for getting up there and singing. And I'm thinking I'm not even as good as these people. I don't live up to them in my brain. But I'm not going to stop singing for them fucking haters. Because they got some kind of agenda. And especially when it comes from the same group of people, it's some kind of hatred, man. But I'm not Axl. I'm not Kurt. I'm not Austin. I like Austin. If I could have, I don't want to copy, but if I could work a stage persona, I would work off him and Mick Jagger. Because I'm going to tell you, he had some swagger like Jagger. I'm going to tell you, I noticed it. I even seen Jagger live. And Mr. Austin has Jagger swagger. He does have Jagger swagger. But he's got his own thing, too. Like that. Fuck that. I love that. I don't know if he's the same. Well, he may be, because he's... You got to see some of his new songs. That one with the new heart. That brand new video he's got with the heart in it. He's got some new junk coming, too. He's got some new shit coming. I can't wait to see him live, baby. Somebody's got to get him rolling. I got to see Austin Winkler. But I'm not Austin. I'm not Kurt. I'm not Axl. Not even Dave. I think I saved Dave Mustaine the best. Out of all the voices that I probably can sort of sing the best out of, I think I do him the best. I don't do him much. Because the songs I like or to sing are kind of hard to sing. But I think I do him the best out of everybody that I sound similar to. That's just my opinion. I don't know. If somebody else might listen and say, well, you suck at it. I got a cover. I actually did cover Megadeth as a real song. And that was New World Order. The last one I worked with Tom. The guy that used to do my music. Now I just make beats and things. But the last time I worked with Tom, it's my Megadeth cover, and I actually made it a record. I actually had it put on a record. I think I did do Dave Mustaine the best out of all the voices I can do. Marilyn Manson might be second. I sing Marilyn Manson songs the best. Axl third. I'm going to have to relearn to sing, though, so I don't hurt my throat. Because I've gotten older, and I injured myself even more with a bullhorn when I started the Alex Jones stuff. I got to calm down. I'm starting it again. Like, I'll go outside, and I'll be the paper boy. I go, Infowars.com. Go see the headlines today on Infowars.com. Yes, it's still around. It's still around. Don't believe the Democrats. They're trying to shut him down, but he's still here now. Go see what Infowars. There's that. I always fail that mission. When I get back, I'm going to try to take that mission. Because I fail it. I failed it every time. I just don't never remember where it's at. Let me screenshot that bit. I'm going to get off here in a minute. I'll be back here in just a bit. Let's get some stuff that's around. Oh. You know, that reminds me. When we used to go to Atlanta, we would have to sometimes wait. That view's kind of reminded me of when we used to stand on the street corners waiting for the concerts. Because you'd be between the buildings and you could see the buildings. That's the old days, man. the old days. I thought about my father last night. He got kind of teary-eyed. You know, will be the 10th year he's gone. He used to be at those shows. One time, Austin Winkler used to talk to him quite a lot. He'd tell us. He'd say, one of the band members spoke to me. You know, he was blind. He couldn't see. He could sort of see shades and stuff, but he couldn't see. And we'd say, well, that's Austin. Of course, normally my daddy and him were taking cigarette breaks. My daddy'd be over there smoking too, and he'd be smoking. That's before he quit, y'all. He had to eventually quit. He quit around that time. He got a black spot on his lungs. He healed up, but then another cancer got him. And it was non-alcoholic. Whatever they call that, liver disease. He quit smoking to live, and then another thing killed him. Talk about a double whammy there. But anyways.
Did they? Well, that's good news.
Yeah, him and Austin normally be over. And I see him over there smoking with him. He didn't even know, and he said he spoke to me. And I could tell he was one of the band members. I said, that's Austin. He acted like we was just family or friends that night when he played the house. We walked out there. We spoke about our record collection with him. I mean, we know him, but we don't know him because we've seen him. Last night was, did she say 39 times? So it's probably been about 40 times we've seen him. That means we spent 40 days with him. You know about the 40 days and 40 nights? We didn't spend the 40 nights. We spent 40 days. We spilled the ark with Hinder. 38, 39. I forgot what my sister said to that. And a big portion of it was with Austin. I like both of them, though. I'm not taking away from it. Indeed, I like the second half of Hinder. There's songs on them albums that I like, just like I like the originals. People get hung up on this thing. They get hung up on it. I mean, there's still the production. Cody Hansen's going to always be the production. And I think that dude, Marshall, was already working with Cody before the departure of Austin. So they're kind of the production team, man. And, you know, they did redo my song. Back when they had that production. They used to have a production company where they'd help other artists. And I was looking at Cody the other day, and I seen the other bands that he worked with, besides me. Y'all know he did production on a lot of bands. You see, that's the thing. There's a lot of people don't never go see the real bands. They just go see those cover bands, and you miss out, man. I mean, it's cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper. You just go down to the local thing, see the local band. But it's a different feeling when you see the real things. And even when the original members are gone, people makes a big to-do out of that. Yeah, there you can tell the difference. Because there's only one Slash. Buckethead was not Slash. But now Buckethead was good on his own. Those others, Fortus, I loved him. What was his, I'm Bucket, maybe Fortus. I'm getting mixed up here. I'd have to go look at them. They used to be at one. What was his name? He was good too. I even bought. He was on CD Baby with me. He was a CD Baby artist. I'd buy his CD Baby albums. The other guy that played when we was seeing it, Buckethead was already gone by the time we seen it. That guy. He did the Pink Panther thing a lot. He did that real good. And he did that. The other guitarist that was there, Bumblefoot. That was him. He's a New Yorker. And he would put his albums out on, he put his music out on CD Baby like I did. I think Duff Rose McKagan has some stuff out there too as well. I don't know if they're still there. I bought them when they was there. Mr. Duff. He put his old band on there. Albums that were supposed to come out that didn't drop, but they didn't put them out. He put them out there. Down. No, it wasn't Down. What was the name of that band? Down was, I believe, Wasn't that what's his name's band? Da 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 da, the singer, Pantera. What was the band of that name? The punk band that Duff did. They put them out on CD Baby just like me. CD Baby, man. Bumblefoot had a lot of releases on CD Baby. I'd purchase his releases. I supported Bumblefoot, man. As a local artist. But now that you got to remember that, I mean, Jimi Hendrix and them were Jimi Hendrix, but without some of them people that helped that magic come along, that magic come alive, it wouldn't have been alive, baby. It was all those working together that made that magic. Wasn't his name Kramer? But that's why I don't take the haters serious. Because I'm telling you, I've had people walk up to me, treat me like I'm a rock star. And I'm thinking, whoa. But then I don't get too swelled head about it. Because I realize these people. But I'm thinking in my head, but I'm not him. But I'm not him. When they're telling me that. I don't take the haters serious. Tell you the truth, I'm going to say this. When I was a kid, even when I was looking at Axl, I never wanted to be Axl. I wanted to be like him. I didn't want to be him. I thought, man, he's blowed me away. I want to do that. This is awesome. This is cool. But I never dreamed of wanting to be him. Indeed, I love that song. You know, don't damn me when I speak a piece of mind. Silence and go. That's one of the biggest influences Baby Evanescence. Because I heard exactly what he's saying. Everybody worshiping, everybody hating him. That's what that song's about. It's about all of it wrapped in one. The hatred, the worship. That is all of it. Marilyn Manson has one too. Hey, Mr. Superstar. You know me, I made him the anti-idol. Because I did kind of feel like I idolized those people when I was kids. Hey, hey, hey. And then Kurt Cobain died on me. I was never going to do that again. Because I was a let down man when Kurt was dead. Because I got really hung up on him. That's something about Kurt that blew me away even more than the rest of them. And I don't really know what it was. Because I thought about this the other day. If you really think about this. I've thought about it even between Kurt Cobain and Marilyn Manson. I want to close with this. I want to get off. Between Kurt Cobain and Marilyn Manson, Marilyn Manson has become my favorite. You want to know why? He's for the downtrodden. Kurt Cobain was a voice for the downtrodden. But he had a quitter mentality. Marilyn Manson's always been about fight. I mean, he's got songs. He's got called the Fight song. Fight! Fight! He told you to fight for your life. You're the downtrodden. You're ugly. You're not beautiful. And he told you. He was kind of the demon version of what Jesus and them would be. He was the devil. He would have been like, if Satan ever had a guy that was preaching a good message, it would be Marilyn Manson. He was for the downtrodden. He was even the black people love him. You know, he's inspired. Look at him. Look at all the ones dressed up like Satan. You want to know where they got that? Because they felt downtrodden. They were woke. They felt downtrodden. And they loved Marilyn Manson because of this. And even me as the Christian, I loved Marilyn Manson. Because people mistreat me. They're horrible to me. Some of the most people that's been horrible to me the most are people that call themselves Christians. And Marilyn Manson's always this dark figure that taught you to love yourself. He's better than Kurt Cobain. He's better than Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain had a quitter mentality. He didn't have a way to rise out of it, and he was depressed. I'm not downing him. I'm not, you know, like Axl said, don't damn me when I speak a piece of mind. Silence isn't golden when I'm holding it. Well, Kurt Cobain, he didn't mean to let nobody down. He had a sickness. His brain was sick. But Marilyn Manson had the fight spirit. I'm not a slave. You know why he's singing that? Because most people that claim to believe in God are not even worshiping the real God. They're worshiping some mean-spirited, and even sometimes I think that way is my grandma grew. My grandma's one of them that feared God. She'd fear he's going to strike you dead. They use God as some mean crutch to beat everybody with. And I'll turn it around on them. People probably think I'm being, but I don't. I'll take these people to start tearing me down, and I'll tear them back down. I'll go. You use a scripture against me, I'll dig one up against you. I'll do eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I will dig a. You dig a scripture at me, I'll dig a scripture at you. Now he's a holy God. He's a just God. He's told me several times to take my sandals off. I'll be there in a minute. He's told me several times. Take my sandals off, just like he did Moses. But Marilyn Manson was, that's why people love him. You know, people says, oh, he's scary. Oh, he says, now they like to use the lies on him. That's the reason these people had to try to destroy him. They can't compete with his love that he shares, even packaged in black. See, that's what I'm talking about. He's kind of like Johnny Cash, who packaged a man in black, but he shows a lot of love. He shows a lot of love. And that's Marilyn Manson, and that's why Marilyn Manson became my favorite non-idol rock star. I'm not a slave. He's got fight in that song. That's why I like him. Even though it's talking about God, I just look at it. I'm not a slave to that God either. Because that's not the real God. You get he's got two sides. He's got several sides, and lots of people likes to package him in both of those sides. Some people love too much, and some people hate too much. You got to find the middle ground with God. That's my Sunday message. Rodney should be coming on about now. He's probably already on. My watch is behind and my computer's ahead. I'm in between